The story unfolds with a young man, Han Jae-woo, a student from a prestigious high school in South Korea. In contrast to his affluent peers, Jae-woo is the son of a poor widow, leading to a constant feeling of inferiority among his friends. Adding to his challenges, Jae-woo struggles with mathematics, a subject crucial for his desired college admission. Jae-woo's inadequate math scores become a concern for his teacher, Kim Gun-ho, who suggests transferring to another school to avoid embarrassment for their institution. Gun-ho, aware of Jae-woo's financial struggles, believes changing schools might be the best solution. One evening, Jae-woo is caught buying soju for his friends by the security guard, Lee Hak-sung, a North Korean defector working to make ends meet despite health warnings. Jae-woo's suspension leads him to return to his mother's house, where he grapples with the shame of breaking school rules. Facing homelessness, Jae-woo hides in an abandoned lab room at school, caught by Hak-sung during his rounds. When Jae-woo confides in him about his struggles, Hak-sung allows him to spend the night in his office. While Jae-woo sleeps, Hak-sung discovers his math homework, completing it overnight. Jae-woo, surprised and grateful, seeks Hak-sung's help in understanding math problems. Despite initial refusal, Hak-sung eventually agrees to teach Jae-woo, emphasizing the importance of both finding answers and understanding problems in mathematics. As the two develop a secret teaching arrangement, Jae-woo learns about Hak-sung's past as a North Korean defector and his passion for classical music. Meanwhile, the school announces a math competition, causing stress among students. Borum, a classmate who cares for Jae-woo, notices his recent preference for strawberry milk. The story unfolds, highlighting Jae-woo's determination to overcome his academic challenges with Hak-sung's guidance. One night, Jae-woo receives valuable lessons and advice from Hak-sung on solving math problems, emphasizing the importance of a sequential and thorough approach over rote memorization. After weeks of training with Hak-sung, Jae-woo's math-solving skills rapidly improve. Later, Jae-woo hears from a friend from a poor family who decides to change schools due to intense competition. Contemplating the same option, Jae-woo discovers Borum, a classmate who pretended to share his struggles but comes from a wealthy background. Feeling betrayed, Jae-woo distances himself. Borum's mother hires Gun-ho as a private tutor, violating school rules. Seeking advice from Hak-sung, Jae-woo learns the importance of perseverance. As Jae-woo's suspension ends, he returns to the dormitory, and Borum apologizes with a box of strawberry milk. Instead, Jae-woo gives it to Hak-sung. Borum discovers Jae-woo's secret tutoring and asks Hak-sung to teach her math, promising to keep it confidential. Hak-sung, a former North Korean, shares his love for mathematics and agrees to teach her. Jae-woo challenges Gun-ho's math solution in class, invoking punishment. Undeterred, Jae-woo decides to stay at the school until graduation. Kicheol provides Hak-sung with a smartphone, aiding their studies. Jae-woo prints a math thesis for Hak-sung, strengthening their bond. As the exam approaches, Jae-woo excels due to his hard work with Hak-sung. Borum, aware of leaked exam questions, decides not to finish the exam, leading to consequences at home. During a classical music concert, Borum is absent, and Jae-woo realizes it's the first time Hak-sung eats. Borum anonymously leaks exam questions on social media, prompting the school to investigate. While at a bookstore, a man recognizes Hak-sung as a former North Korean professor and mistakenly identifies Jae-woo as Hak-sung's son. Hak-sung avoids discussing his past, reflecting on his deceased son, Tion. In the cafeteria, Jae-woo learns about Lee Hak-sung, a North Korean mathematician who solved the Riemann hypothesis, showcasing the complexities of their intertwined lives. One night, Professor Oh, a mathematician from South Korea, reminisces about meeting Lee Hak-sung, representing North Korea, at an international mathematics competition during their childhood. Professor Oh shares they were awarded a pen by a mathematician, a keepsake he still holds. Elsewhere, Kicheol learns about Lee Hak-sung's true achievements from a television show. Jae-woo rushes to question Hak-sung about the Riemann hypothesis, but Hak-sung is annoyed and avoids the topic. Meanwhile, Gunho faces threats over leaked math questions and, feeling depressed, destroys his tablet. The principal informs him of a suspected student, Jae-woo, who left the computer room carrying files. CCTV footage shows Jae-woo, leading to a confrontation. Gunho offers Jae-woo a solution: change schools, and the matter won't be made public. Rumors spread, reaching Borum, who feels sad and guilty about being blamed for Jae-woo's actions. Kicheol faces criticism from North Korea for allowing South Korea to benefit from Hak-sung's achievements. Kicheol urges Hak-sung to clarify the situation publicly. Kicheol returns Hak-sung's abandoned research but decides to keep it, not realizing its painful history. Hak-sung, furious upon seeing the research, decides to leave. Jae-woo tries to persuade him, but Hak-sung ignores him and departs. Borum calls Jae-woo, questioning why he allowed false accusations. Jae-woo remains silent, hanging up. Hak-sung recalls the tragic incident of his son's death and the heated argument that preceded it. In the present, Jae-woo secretly retrieves his mother's stamp to sign transfer documents. Jae-woo hands the documents to Gunho. Hak-sung cancels his departure, and Borum informs him of Jae-woo's decision to change schools. At the school's awards ceremony, Professor Oh delivers a speech about the Riemann hypothesis, solved by Lee Hak-sung from North Korea. Hak-sung enters the hall, approaching Professor Oh. Gunho spots Hak-sung and rushes to confront him, questioning the presence of a security guard at the event. To everyone's surprise, Hak-sung reveals the same pen as Professor Oh, indicating that he is Lee Hak-sung, the mathematician who solved the Riemann hypothesis. Professor Oh greets Hak-sung warmly, offering him a chance to deliver a speech. The revelation shocks teachers and students, realizing their security guard is a mathematical genius admired by scholars. Hak-sung discloses that he attended the event to save Han Jae-woo and admits to helping Jae-woo with complicated math. He unveils that Jae-woo printed a math thesis in the computer lab and exposes Gunho for leaking test questions to students, including Borum. Gunho, exposed, leaves the school in shame. Hak-sung explains his escape from North Korea, emphasizing the lack of academic freedom. He apologizes to Jae-woo and expresses gratitude for his trust. Kicheol, listening to Hak-sung's speech, decides not to clarify Hak-sung's achievements to his superiors. Afterward, Hak-sung meets Kicheol, who provides him with an official South Korean passport. Kicheol also hands over Hak-sung's old research and the pen from Professor Oh to Jae-woo. 3 years later, Jae-woo, now a college student, surprises Hak-sung at a mathematics research institute with a box of strawberry milk. The film concludes with Hak-sung and Jae-woo working on math problems together. The movie's moral is to refrain from judging someone based on appearance or occupation, as individuals may have hidden talents. It encourages respecting all professions, provided they are legal and do not harm oneself or others.